Temporary foreign worker Paul Velis came to Canada to build homes and a better life.
It's a lot of stress, for sure, because honestly, I like being here. I like doing carpentry, and I believe this country needs carpenters.
He was formerly on what's called a closed permit. That meant he had to keep his job with one employer or risk being forced from Canada. So he put up with what he called bad things.
I suffer economical abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, pretty much all the abuses you can imagine.
He has a new job and an open permit now, but wishes he had the opportunity to become a Canadian resident.
A clear path to permanent residency or citizenship for sure will be like stress relief for all temporary foreign workers, I would say.
Now, a new report argues that BC is going to need 52,000 more construction workers by 2032, and about 30% of them will need to come from abroad. The problem is, Canada's immigration system isn't bringing enough of those workers in, and those who are brought in tend to be temporary foreign workers who are precarious with fewer protections. The report is from the BC Building Trades Council, a trade union group. It argues employers are over-relying on temporary foreign workers, and that hurts local and foreign workers in the process.
They're able to bring in temporary labor at less than sort of market wages, bring down wages across the industry in BC. And at the same time, those migrant workers who are coming into our country as temporary foreign workers, they're being denied sort of the employment rights and protections that workers here should have.
Migrant workers advocate Raul Gatica says violations of these workers' rights is common because their job keeps them in Canada.
For example, the employer repeat them constantly to don't submit any complaint for work and compensation. For example, if they get a work accident, they don't have to say anything. They just have to be quiet and don't say anything. Otherwise, they will lose the job.
The Trades Council says the federal and provincial governments should bring in more foreign workers with a path to residency. And they want 2 foreign worker programs audited and to pause entry into construction jobs until that closer look happens.
I think that we need to be very cautious about seriously considering these proposals.
This economist argues temporary workers are needed to help build housing, although there could be reforms.
Those are the things that we should be talking about rather than restricting the ability of companies that need workers in the trades to actually bring those workers in, given that we are not training enough people in this country.
Canada's immigration ministry says Ottawa is working to improve compliance with terms of the temporary foreign worker program, adding over 50,000 skilled tradespeople across the country have become permanent residents over the last 5 years. And there are some avenues for temporary workers to pursue residency. Victoria says it is using its provincial nominee program to pursue immigrants in 35 construction and trades occupations for permanent residency. Velis hopes one of those paths to permanent residency is in the cards for him as he continues to build his bond with this country. Liam Britten, CBC News, Vancouver.